Hey everybody, it's Eric for GoBet Sports, Sports Betting Explained. Today, want to talk about the point spread and how does the point spread work. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get into the mechanics. We're going to get into some of the terminology that's used in the point spread. Go through an example. I'll show you exactly in plain English how the point spread works, so that you can feel a little bit more comfortable betting the point spread. There's several different kinds of ways to bet in betting sports. You have the money line, you have the point spread, you have the over and under. We're just going to focus on the point spread. I do have other videos out there about the money line and about the over and under, but right now we're going to talk about the point spread. So by the time we're done with all of this, you should have a good understanding. So let's get started. First things first, let's take a look. How does the point spread work? Well, the point spread is, excuse me, it is just the projected number of points that separate two teams at the end of the game. It's that easy. So take a look at my example here: Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Dallas Cowboys. I'm a child of the '70s. It was the classic matchup, so that's what I used in my example. Sorry for you folks who who don't care for either one of these teams, but that's what I'm using for the example. So if we take a look at the Steelers and the Cowboys, let's say they played and the score was Pittsburgh 21, Dallas 14. I'll bet you can't bet you can't guess who my favorite team is. You're going to say that the final point spread would be 7 points. 21 minus 14, 7. Easy enough, right? So let's take a look at the line. If you were to go online, if you were to go to something like Bookmaker, something out here. This is and we're taking a look. That's basketball, obviously, that I have up there. But if we're taking a look at football, I can't get it to come up. We don't have a whole lot of football. We have Patriots and the Rams. It's Super Bowl weekend coming up, so you can take a look at what an actual betting line looks like here. Excuse me. Back to this. So when you're taking a look at that line, this is part of what you're going to see here. So we'll go into this a little bit deeper. So point spread, how does it work? If you're taking a look at the betting line, the first number, this number right here, that's your rotation number. Rotation number is just an identification number. It's something that they give to that line, so that when you are placing your bet, there's no confusion over what you said. You're going to go up and you're going to bet line 403. There's no confusion over that. You're not saying Pittsburgh Steelers and they think you're saying the Pittsburgh Steagles. I don't know that, but just so that there's no confusion on it, they assign it an individual number. Number two, that's your team name. Pretty self-explanatory. Name of the team. So Steelers, Cowboys. That's who you're betting on. Number three is the spread. That's the number of points that a team is expected to win by, and a lot of times you'll see it expressed in a decimal term. Like right here, I have the minus 6.5, the plus 6.5. That is, that's to avoid ties. So if the team has to win by 7 or more points in this case, to be exact, and we'll talk a little bit more about ties to begin later in the video. The last line here is that's the bet line. That's your vig. That's the juice. That's the price. That's the odds. That is the price you have to pay to play. So we'll get into it a little bit deeper. Let's see if I go into it here. So in this example, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers minus 0.6.5, Dallas Cowboys plus 6.5, minus 110 on both of them. In this example, the Steelers are expected to win. They are the favorite team. We can tell that by the minus right there, negative 6.5, minus 6.5. That minus tells us that they are expected to win. They are the projected winner of this matchup. The plus means they are an underdog. Pretty simple there. So in order to win this bet, you take a look at it. Pittsburgh Steelers minus 6.5. Steelers would have to win the game by 7 points to be able to cover the spread. So that's 1 touchdown and an extra point. They would have to win by 7 points in order to cover the spread. If you were to bet on the Cowboys, all they have to do is win the game or lose by less than 7 points. So let's say the final score wasn't 21-14. The final score was 21-18, and you bet on the Cowboys. You won. You won the bet because they didn't actually win the game, but they won by it, or they lost by enough points so that they didn't actually cover the spread. So they lost by less than 7 points. You made your money. So if the spread is a straight whole number, if you're taking a look at a line and the spread is a straight whole number, and the Steelers won by exactly 7 points, let's say it was that 21-14, that 21-14 victory over the Cowboys, or and the Cowboys lost by that amount. Why I have put that in there, I have no idea, because it's exactly the same thing. You win by 7, you lose by 7. It's exactly the same thing. But that would be considered a push. So you would get your money back. You wouldn't win anything. You wouldn't lose anything. They won by exactly 7. They lost by exactly 7. You get your money back. It's considered a push. So over on the end, that's how the point spread works. On the end is the odds, the price, the vig, the juice. I love saying that. The odds, the price, the vig, the juice. That is what you have to bet. So in order to win $100 in this matchup, you would have to bet on either side of this. In order to win $100, you would have to bet $110. So you put your $110 down. Pittsburgh Steelers win, you get $210. That's your original $110 that you bet, plus the $100 that you win. You bet on the Cowboys, as the underdog to win. Again, same thing. You put down $110, you win $210. You put down $220, you're going to walk home with $420. That's your original bet plus the amount, plus the $100 that you win. So if you win your bet, you're going to get $110 back plus $100 winning for a total of $210. Pretty simple stuff, pretty simple math. Pretty standard price, 110. You will see 102, 105, 107. That's just what you need to put out in order to make $100 on that bet. If you see a PK or pick 'em on the spread line, that means that it's too close to match. The teams are too closely matched. They have no idea who's going to win. It's a toss-up. The one team could win, the other team could win. There's no favored winner. There's no spread. So it's basically, you're betting on the team that you bet on simply has to win for you to win the bet. So in that case, you probably want to go money line anyway. You can also bet on the spread at the half or the quarter in some cases, and it's the same thing. Whatever team is up at the half, however many points they're up by, it's the same type of thing. The spread is, if the team is favored by 3 points at the half, you can bet on that. You can win. In other in other sports, the spread works a little bit differently. In basketball or NBA basketball, college basketball, football, it works. It works pretty much the same. But when you get into some of the lower scoring sports like NHL, MLB, the baseball and hockey, there's a lot lower scores. So the spreads are set at plus or minus 1.5. So, you have the favored winner, and they just have to beat the spread by 2 points. Basically, is all that boils down to. So that is the point spread in a nutshell. Let's take a look here. This is the Super Bowl predictions coming up. Super Bowl 53. New England Patriots at Los Angeles Rams. Here's your spread line. Patriots right now, that's moved a little bit. Patriots right now are the expected winner by 2 points. Looks like they are projecting a low. Looks like they're projecting a very close game between these two. Patriots at 2 points. 114. So you'd have to bet $114 on the New England Patriots in order to win $100. You'd walk away with $214. LA Rams underdog 2 points. You'd bet 106 to win that 100. Looks like they are projecting pretty high scoring game. So money lines one, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Look for my other videos. I'll put links to them down in the bottom. Look for my other videos. We'll talk about this a little bit more. NFL first halves. Looks like the Patriots are still favored by 1 point at the half. And the Rams, and it looks like that's a pretty good bet because they're only doing $101, so $101 to win $100. Rams, you'd have to spend a little bit more. I don't know. That's so close. I might go with the Rams. You're going to win $100 either way. Whatever. So money line. Anyway. So take a look at that. Once you start looking at these things, it's kind of fun to get in there and take a look at what they're thinking the outcomes of the games are going to be. Do your homework, make an educated bet, and you can stand to win some money. So that's all I have. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you taking your time. Going into my videos, down in the bottom, click the link in the description. That'll get you some more information. I'll put a site out to that, or I'll put a link out to the site that I just showed you there with the where you can place a bet if you want to do that, if you want to get started. Click the like button and the subscribe channel, and we will get some more videos out for you. I really do appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope to see you again on one of my other videos. Thank you.